related commitments entered into by Iran under the JCPOA represent a significant gain for nuclear verification. I therefore hope that ways can be found to reduce current tensions through dialogue. It is essential that Iran fully implements its nuclear-related commitments under the JCPOA. I also reported that agency continues to monitor the nuclear program of North Korea using open source information and satellite imagery. We remain ready to play an essential role in verifying the DPRK's nuclear program if a political agreement is reached among countries concerned. I will now be happy to take your questions.
Any questions? So, Francois, please.
Francois Murphy from Reuters. DG, you said you're worried about increasing tensions over the Iran nuclear issue. Could you be more specific about what exactly you're talking about when it comes to these tensions? What
yes.
do you mean?
As I stated in my statement this morning, the Iran National Security Council stated that it issued an order to stop some measures under JCPOA from today. Today means May 8th. I had that in mind. That is the authority that issued order. Authority is a very high authority, and it said issued order and stop some measures, and date was specified. These are very concrete ones.
That was mentioned in your speech to the board. I was wondering if there was anything else specific that you had in mind, or if that was the only thing.
Yes, I had that in mind.
Anything else?
Anything? I consider various things, but that is the main thing.
Thank you very much. Yes, Albert.
Albert Otti, DPA, German Press Agency. So at the 3 previous board meetings, you stated that Iran is implementing its nuclear commitments under the JCPOA. This time you did not mention it. Was that because of the issue of the IR-6 centrifuge?
Because of the statement by the National Security Council. And Iran made such a clear statement, and then it is inappropriate for me to make the same statement as business as usual. By the way, I'm not saying Iran is not implementing either. I did not say Iran is implementing, but I did not say Iran is not implementing either.
Jonathan.
Jonathan Tyrone with Bloomberg. DG Amano, what does Prime Minister Abe need to know on Wednesday to be fully briefed and cognizant of the situation so that he can go into Tehran and have a constructive dialogue?
I did not have recent contact with Prime Minister Abe, but when I come back to Japan, I regularly brief Prime Minister Abe on the development. So he is fully informed of the latest development. And what he needs to know, he got input from Iranian partners, from Americans, from others. So it is not me to tell what's needed for Prime Minister Abe, but information is provided to the Prime Minister constantly. And Japan has a good relation with Iran, and traditionally, and that is a positive background, I think.
Thank you. Yes.
Sir, Kensuke Obara from NHK. Just to follow up for the previous question, is Iran currently implementing its the JCPOA apart from your concern that you've mentioned?
As I said repeatedly in the past, strictly speaking, it is not the function of the IAEA to say whether or not Iran is implementing. IAEA is not a party to the JCPOA, but we are given the task to monitor and verify. So in this case, of course, if things are crystal clear, I use my common sense. But given the fact now Iran made such a statement, it is not appropriate for me to pass judgment or make statement about the implementation. That is why I didn't say that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes.
My name is Oliver Tufignia from Al Jazeera. DG Amano, two questions again on the question of reducing tension through dialogue. What exactly is that dialogue? Would you welcome direct talks between the US and Iran? And Iran has said that it would talk directly to the United States, provided the United States returns to the JCPOA. Would you welcome such a move?
I am not in a position to tell what type of dialogue is preferable or not preferable. It is a purely political matter, but it is clear that tension is increasing. So it is good to reduce the tension, and that needs to be done by or through dialogue. I do not comment on the format or who need to attend the meeting, what should be the subject, but definitely nuclear verification is a matter of keen interest for me.
Again, would you welcome the United States to return to the JCPOA?
That is a hypothetical question, and I'm not in a position to answer the question. Whether to return or not is the decision by the United States.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
Hello, I'm Homa Lesgi from Press TV. My question is, you say that, of course, the agency's job is monitoring and verifying. Through this monitoring process, do you believe that currently, with the situation we're in, that the JCPOA is in danger of collapsing when it comes to implementation, of course?
JCPOA is under tension.
Microphone.
JCPOA is under tension. That is my understanding.
Thank you. Yes.
Hi, Setsuko Inaki from Nippon Television. I would like to ask two questions. One is to follow up to the previous questions. That is that you mentioned that Mr. Abe has a good relationship with the Iranian officials, and then now that they are going together with the foreign minister, do you have any wish or expect that something might or that Japan can contribute to this to reducing the tension, if there's any comment that you can make? And the second question is that Iran has said officially that their intention of walking away or not implementing part of it was informed. They informed the IAEA of it, and officially, did you receive that intention by letter or fax, or can you confirm that Iran has officially made this clear to you? And then if so, in what form did it come to you? Thank you.
Okay. First, regarding the visit of Prime Minister Abe to Iran, I do not have enough information. So I prefer not to make comment. Second, in which format did I receive the information from Iran? In my recollection, the ambassador brought the letter to us, but someone knows exactly?
Yes, the ambassador brought us
Copy of the letter, yes.
Of the statement.
Yes, statement, yes.
Could you replace it once again?
The ambassador of Iran in Vienna brought the copy of the statement to the IAEA.
So it is an official
Copy of the official statement.
Thank you. Yes, Jonathan, you had it.
The JCPOA explicitly says Iran can participate in providing product to the fuel bank, subject, of course, to bids. You mentioned in the statement that you've now commissioned 2 shipments. Is Iran precluded at this point from supplying the IAEA in any future shipments to the fuel bank? Is that still a possibility? Or have the development of sanctions rendered that closed at this point because of the risk?
To provide or to deliver?
To produce, provide, and deliver to the IAEA fuel bank in Kazakhstan.
First, procurement of the LEU was completed, and now we are implementing the contract. The remaining task is to transport the fuel to the LEU bank in Kazakhstan. So this is the process that is already completed. For the future delivery of LEU to X country, not necessarily Iran, we need to see it on the specific case. And I don't know when it happens, under which situation, so it is not possible for me to say something about the delivery of LEU at this stage.
Thank you. Any further questions?
Sir, in your latest report on Iran had a cutoff date of about May 20, I think. Since then, has Iran made good on any of its announcements in terms of increasing its production of uranium?
Yes, the production rate is increasing.
Is it fourfold, as they said?
It depends. It depends on it depends and it changes. So I prefer not to mention the specific figure due to this fluctuation. But I can say that pace of production increased in accordance with the latest measurement. Measurement or is the right word? Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, it's
Just to follow up to that, I mean, with the fluctuation in mind, when do you think that Iran would exceed the 300 kilograms? Just when do you think it will go over?
The answer is fluctuation. The pace of production fluctuates, and production is one thing, but they can use it for dilution, for R&D, so we cannot tell when it comes to the ceiling.
Yeah.
If and when the 300 kilograms is exceeded, will you call an extraordinary Board of Governors meeting, or will you simply report that violation to the board?
My function is to report the facts to the Board of Governors. And whether to call the special Board of Governors or not is a matter of member states and me. So it depends on the situation. Some member states may call special Board of Governors, or depending on the situation, I may call the special Board of Governors. So it depends.
Okay. So no further questions. Thank you so much for coming. Good afternoon.